What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Unplugged and Uncut. You're live with your boy Unique. Let's get it.
Unplugged and Uncut.
Today we're getting into my San Antonio Spurs Draft Notes. What to know, who to scout. That way, as March Madness comes around, you'll have some players you guys can check out. See if you like their fit with the San Antonio Spurs. But before we get into those players, guys, I do need to get into the what to know. And that is the 2 first-round picks. Those picks are projected to be around 8 and 17 at this time. Now, the next thing we need to know is the team needs. I think the team needs are the same. The Spurs could really use a legit big to help out Wemby when he comes back, and even in those times when he's not able to be out there. They could also use some shooting. So a legit big and shooting is what we'll be scouting for. The last thing to know is who was in and who was out, meaning CP3, Bismack Biyombo, Mamu, Charles Bassey, all players you might have to try to replace. With that being said, let's get into the players who I will go ahead and start looking at, guys. And you could see me doing an actual draft breakdown player profile on a few of these players on this list. To start with, let's go with the big. We really got to get Wemby some help. So I would start with the 7'2", 250-pounder out of Duke, Kamen Maluch. Now this center is really athletic, can move up and down the court well, can even stretch the defense with his three-point shot. Not going to give a true player breakdown, but just a player to look at. The next big on my list, kind of more of a combo forward, standing around 6'9", 6'10", out of Georgia, and that's Asa Newell. Really legit player to look at, guys. Would not mind the Spurs picking him up or checking him out. Also, you got out of Maryland, Derek Queen, standing around 6'10", 246, giving the Spurs some size and some girth. So those are the 3 bigs I would be looking at and scouting if I was the Spurs. And then when we get to shooters, guys, there are 2 shooters I have in mind. Remind me of Mike Miller, Kyle Korver type shooters. Somebody whose shot will translate at the next level. And that is UConn, Liam McNeely, and Duke's Con Knuckle. Both of these kids, Liam and Con, can both absolutely shoot the ball, shoot lights out. Remind me more of a Mike Miller, Kyle Korver, instead of the Reed Shepherd. When I saw Reed Shepherd, and I had a lot of people asking me why I didn't want the Spurs to draft him, it's because he reminded me of Jimmy Fredette, an excellent college player, but his size could give him some troubles getting his shot off in the NBA pro level. Now, I'm not saying Reed Shepherd won't have success, guys. That was just my player comp for Reed Shepherd. Was a better shooting Jimmy Fredette. Anyways, next up, guys, I got my wild card players. So we got our shooters. We got our bigs we're looking at. Let's look at them wild card players. Players that can play multiple roles. Combo players. How about a 6'9" point guard shooting guard out of BYU, Igor Dimin? Or a combo power forward center out of Georgetown, Thomas Sorber. Definitely 2 good combo players to check out. And then I do have one last wild card, guys, and that is my French connection. The Spurs could be in need of a backup point guard if CP3 steps out. Castle moves into the starting lineup. Who's going to play that backup point guard? Blake Wesley? What about investing in that point guard? 6'3", 6'4", out of France, Nolan Traore. CP3 out, Nolan in. Nolan as a backup, maybe even the 3rd backup, learning behind Blake Wesley, De'Aaron Fox, and Steph Castle. Could be an option. Guys, let me know who you want the Spurs to scout. Who will you be looking at as March Madness comes upon us in full swing? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to hear who you want me to check out and do a player profile on as well. I definitely got a few coming off this list for you, coming real soon, so look out for those. And then we'll have our official mock draft before the lottery and our official mock draft after the lottery coming up soon as well. But that's all I got for this one, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and your boy is out. Peace.
Unplugged and uncut.